Assalamualaikum and hello YouTube, my name is Nur Muhammad from NMWatch and we are back with an initial review of a brand new San Martin, right? So this time around we've got ourselves the San Martin SN0067, a watch that is right. You know what? When you look at this is clearly inspired by a certain D brand, right? So that D brand is a 600 meters of water resistance watch, so making it a bit too thick in my opinion. But for $1,500 it is pretty compelling. Pretty compelling proposition. Or maybe, you know, I was just thinking like maybe I could go for that in somewhere in the future. But yeah, and when San Martin came out with this watch, I was like, oh my god, that looks not absolutely similar but clearly an inspired design, right? So yeah, that is why I'm pretty interested to check this one out, right? So the usual box that came with this particular watch is of course your typical black tube San Martin box here, or cylinder here, and I have took out usual stuff there, and I have took out just 3 links from this bracelet, right? So oh my god, I pretty much wrap this thing, right? So this bracelet is quite tiny. We have this screw links here, which is very useful, and this one is just a single-sided screw links, and I really appreciate it, right? So yeah, that is, you can see that the links are separate links, so that is why it is very easy to articulate when it is on wrist, making it one of the most comfortable bracelet that you can have from San Martin today. Alright, so let's just put that one back in. Let's just do a quick wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing my San Martin SN007X, a 37mm watch, homage watch of the, you guys know what this is, an homage of 62 mass, but a smaller version, right? So let's just quickly crack out the caliper and check how big or how small this watch is. They say in the specification sheet this is supposed to be a 40mm watch, or like, yep, that is definitely a 40mm, or maybe 40.2. Nope, yep, 40.2. And or a thickness of this, they say that it is under 12mm. Let's just see if that's correct. Oh, that is 12.2, or is it 12.3mm, right? To 12.2mm. Either way, it is an improvement over the real thing, or even its closest competitor, which is the Seestern, right? So 12.32mm, and a lug to lug of about, it's supposed to be 46, I think, right? So 47, right, 47mm. But we have this male end link here, making the effective lug to lug of about 52.1mm, which is not that bad, right? So because yeah, the Seestern also has a main end link, and I kind of prefer this design actually. So yeah, but let's just leave it to that, and let's just see how heavy or how light it is while it is on wrist, and let's just measure it. That will be around 151 grams, right? So that is why, and I kind of feel that it is a bit heavy because the watch head does feels a bit heavy, right? So the dimension, oh, I forgot to check out the crown. The crown is I think it's about 7mm in diameter, right? Okay, so that is 7mm, bang on. And the link, right? So this bracelet tapers from 20mm down to, I think this is a 16cm link, right? So yep, 16cm, which is, you see the shape of the bracelet, so it tapers 20mm here, and it's straight, and it just come down straight to 60mm, which makes it which makes it quite a difference compared to the 600T and also the Seestern, right? So yeah, you can see that there's a little bit of jingly there, but I don't really mind it because yeah, it kind of gives a little bit of comfort to the watch. And of course we have this swing arm here with this dual push button male class from San Martin, which is an excellent class, by the way. And we have this for micro adjust, right? So, and you can see that the link right inside on this center link, we have this polishing bits here to make it look really interesting while you are wearing it. And yeah, I kind of like that extra touch here, right? So let's talk a bit more about the case design. So the case, right, so it is not as this exactly the same as the 600T. So you can see that this is more of a turtle style case. So we have this, you know, thick lugs here on actually a flat case design here, with a brush finishing on the top and on the top of the lug. But on this side of the lugs here, running down to the case, we see that we have this very sharp, very nicely done polished chamfer edge, very cool. And again, similar patterns here with this brush finishing on the side, right? So I just love this, you know, this style of finishing, right? So, and the end link, right, you can see that there is no wiggle whatsoever, and yeah, that is going to be a hell lot difficult to take off, right? So anyway, let's just check out a bit more on the dial. So you see that they say that this is an enamel dark blue dial, right? Which is, you know what, it is very difficult to find the blue color in this particular dial. It looks like black, but it is actually a very dark blue. Printed San Martin logo on the 12 o'clock, and automatic 200 meters and 660 feet printed on the 6 o'clock. And all of these indices are all printed in BGW9 Super Luminova. Right, so let's just zoom in a bit. And you see that all the minute tracks are also printed in white. And the hands, right, the hands is certainly an improvement over the 600T, where we have this big hour hands on the width is printed in white, and also we have that very long minute hand on printed in orange, on the outer orange, right? So and we have that white second hands with that San Martin hexagon logo, the hexagon shape on the tip, in the middle of the before the tip of the second hands, which is very cool. And we have these indices which looks like don't look exactly the same as the ones that you would find on the 600T, right? So the bezel is using a stainless steel insert. It's stainless steel insert, so which means that maybe in the future they will come up with a ceramic bezel insert. I'm not really sure. We have this what do you call this, engraved in orange. So we have these markers from 12 to 15, and inside this we have this blue print engraving with this printing blue ink inside there. So yeah, that's kind of a nice touch from San Martin. And of course we have that triangle which is which functions as a lume pip, right? So, and we see that we on the side of the bezel, we see that we have this very unique groove pattern here. And let's just try out the action of the bezel. Right, so you see that it is aligned, right? So, and you can see that I can easily rotate it using just one finger, one thumb here. Why is that? Because this bezel is way bit too light, right? You can see that there is a bit of back play there. So when I asked San Martin why do they do this kind of bezel, so they say that this is, you know, something that they want to improve, because some customers mentioned that the action on their bezel is a bit too tight. I kind of disagree with that, because let me just show you the bezel action on this SN007X. So this one is one of the best bezel in the business, I think, right? So are you guys ready? No back play whatsoever, and I just don't understand why did San Martin decided to go that route, because it clearly is not an improvement over this particular style of bezel. So maybe they will improve in the future, I'm not really sure. Alright, so what else to talk about? The crown is featuring this San Martin hexagon logo edge here, very nice. And operating the crown is very easy as well, right? So you can see that we have this first position is hacking and hand winding. This is using a YN55 movement, and of course we have first position is for the date setting, but you don't see any date wheel here. Let's just confirm if there is a date wheel there. Yep, there is still a date wheel inside there. And the auto position stops and hacks the movement, right? So there's no wiggle on this particular crown, so that is good. And screwing it back in is easy as well, right? So there's no resistance whatsoever, right? So very nice. And at the case back, your typical San Martin, they don't really have any they don't really like to put any markings here. Of course, screw down case back, I still have the stickers on because I don't really want to scratch that bit. And one different things here is you don't really see this every day, is that blasted finishing at the case back. I don't know why, but yeah, still that is a bit unique compared to other watches that I have reviewed from San Martin before. And you see that there is not that much space inside this under this case, so even if I take this bracelet off, it will be very difficult to put any aftermarket strap inside that. So of course I will try, but yeah, and I will report during the full review, right? So let's just confirm the sapphire crystal, which I think of course they are using it, right? So that is confirmed as a sapphire crystal, and I don't really think I see any anti-blue anti-reflective coating here, suggesting that San Martin is using some kind of a clear anti-reflective coating, so that's good. And of course we have to check the lume, right? So you know what, let's just compare it to this to the 007X as well, right? So let's just charge that one out, charge both of them. So I guess ready, 3, 2, 1. And yeah, that is how the lume on the SN0067 works. It is using this BGW9 blue lume, so it is bright, and of course you can't beat the applied C3 superluminova lume on the SN007X. So, but yeah, still this is a long-lasting lume, which works perfectly in my opinion, right? So there you have it, guys, my initial review of this San Martin SN0067. So I think this is, you know what, it's quite an interesting choice if you don't really want to go a clomage, right? So a clomage way. So this is how San Martin responds to their, I think most of the critics saying that they don't know how to produce original design, but yeah, still there is a risk in producing a totally original design. So I kind of prefer something like this, where it is inspired by the design of a certain brand, which for me looks very interesting to my eyes at least, right? So yeah, if I can, I would like to get this Seestern 600T for review and compare it against this SN0067. But of course, if you guys do live in Malaysia and you have one of those watches, so please do send your watch my way, and for me to review and compare compare that system with this particular watch, right? So if you guys like this, if you guys like to know any questions whatsoever, please do let me know in the comment section below. And if you want to see more future video reviews such as this one, please give me a big thumbs up, and I'll see you soon. Stay safe and bye bye.